So it's time for episode 7 of the series where I rank every intermission going to a specific track in Mario Kart World. In the last episode 6 with Peach, I hinted to a purple sky, and that's of course referring to the beautiful purple skies of Airship Fortress, which is on the menu for today. Just like last episode, we have 5 intermissions leading towards this track. So please like, please subscribe, go to episode 1 for the full explanation of how these videos work, and this is the planner of how these videos are going to be uploaded. Stick around until the end of the video to receive a hint for what track we're going to talk about in episode 8, and now let's get started. Because of the videos wherein I said a lot of 6 and 7 in the intro, so if one of you comments 6, 7 down below, I'll be very angry. What the fuck is Toad's Factory doing at the last place of this video? Normally the Toad's Factory intermissions are actually really good, but this one is pretty average. It's not bad, honestly no intermission in this video is, but it also doesn't really have anything that stands out above other things. It starts off pretty slowly with this straight water section with a few boring and weird looking enemies in it. Then you have a few shortcut opportunities, a dash food restaurant and some spinies, and that brings you to the entrance of the Bowser's Castle area, which brings you of course to Big Donut, where you are forced to go left, and there are a few fire snakes, but they are easily avoidable since you can just take the 2 other paths. Then you have a fire bro, and then you're at the castle wall. This section has sumo bros and hammer bros, glider ramps, split paths, and the fire atmosphere, pun intended, and then that flies you over to Airship Fortress. So yeah, as I said already, this was a pretty average intermission, and we've seen way worse ones in this series so far. Every intermission that comes from Bowser's Castle starts on the same way, and if you watched episode 4, which you should have totally done, you know how this goes. I'll give you a small recap though. Jump, 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 jump. Monster! And that all brings you to the Big Donut. After one more jump, what the fuck? On the Big Donut you can see that there's once again only one path to go. It's not Peach Gardens. And from there you'll see that it's pretty much the same as the Toad's Factory to Airship Fortress intermission from this point on. Just the basic path to Airship Fortress from this point of the Dark Wall. Shy Guy Bazaar to Airship Fortress starts off at the bazaar itself, and this is a great section for an intermission. And afterwards it has a dash food restaurant and this bridge, which is kinda... After that we have this long road with big turns and 2 camels which don't do anything. I'm sorry, but you know it has to happen. And that brings us to the big and in my opinion pretty boring sinking hole from Dry Desert, but bigger. Then you have some fire piranha plants which are pretty good obstacles, and then you have this cannon which shoots you up over here. This section is perfect preparation for Airship Fortress. Guess why? And then you get shot away once again to this section with the 2 glider rings, and then you're on the airship itself. Then we drive under this fortress section, which is pretty cool, and that brings us to the tower, which of course brings us to Airship Fortress itself. This intermission was pretty long and I've said a lot about it, and not everyone was positive. But how is this number 3 and not number 5 or 4? Well, because the start at the Shy Guy Bazaar market was pretty good, and so is the lead up to Airship Fortress. So thanks to the beginning and the end, the intermission is actually really solid.
What the dog doing?
Wario Stadium to Airship Fortress is fucking awesome. I do think it's sad that you don't spend a lot of time in the stadium itself, but the section after is also really good, so it's not that big of a problem. You have this path which is pretty okay, but it sends you to an amazing part of the intermission, the water channel. You have these rolling chain jumps, you have these dash panels, you have a lot of odd places to trick on. It's just a super fun section and very original. After that you have a dash food restaurant and a few fun cars. And I love that you can see Bowser's castle in the distance. Did you know that there's a secret Easter egg here? In free roam, when you stand at this position looking at Bowser's castle, you slowly start to hear the Peaches melody. You know, this one. Peaches, 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 peaches. Just kidding, get pranked. After the dash food restaurant, we have this fun section with a lot of small but easy turns. And then we get to a very fun and chaotic part of this intermission. There's this broken road with a lot of bonsai built cannon cars and a lot of bump cars. You also have a chain chomp, and this is just a very cool section. It always reminds me of the Ruined Kingdom from Mario Odyssey. And then you ended off with this really cool and steep climb up to Airship Fortress. So this was actually a very cool and fun intermission, and I love to see it in the Flower Cup.
You've probably heard of the Great Wall of China. It's a very famous structure.
Dry Bones Burnout makes its debut in this series with an absolute W. I mean, instant first place is pretty cool. You start off on this very cool elevated path, and that leads to a wavy path with a lot of bone piranha plants, and that's when you start the big dark castle wall, and this shit is insane. We have already been here quite a lot in this video, but I never really said how I felt about it, and bro, I love it. We have pulleys, shortcut potential, ramps, sumo bros, glider sections, split paths, dash foot stops, hammer bros, womps, rails, thwomps, a boom boom, an awesome atmosphere, and it goes on for a good amount of time. Wow, I am not Kid Danger, but this shit is good. So that's why I picked Dry Bones Burnout as my favorite intermission going to Airship Fortress. Anyways, I hope you really liked this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and please comment how you would rank these intermissions. And now it's time for the hint to what track is in the next episode. This track is somewhere in the middle in both the Moon and the Boomerang Rally. Go on, do your research, nerds, and if you know what track it is, then please let me know in the comments. I'll see you in episode 8, but for now I'm driving through a tunnel.